Hello everybody, this is Brendan from LemPlates, and in this video I'm going to show you the best way to set up Heflo for small teams. Not the most advanced setup, not the most detailed setup, but the setup that actually gets used. So let's sign in. So the biggest mistake small teams make is starting too big. Heflo works best when you begin with one simple and real process. We're going to create a new process, new diagram, and we're going to create from scratch. We're going to use an example, uh, approval workflow. Fantastic. So the key here is if a process doesn't happen regularly, don't even start modeling it yet. The goal here is to adopt it easily. So we'll start at the beginning. And we'll label this one receive request. Make it slightly bigger. Great. Now we go into our decision tree. We receive the request and then the next action should take place. We can make that in blue. We can put a condition on there. Confirm details. And from there we can put two conditions on. And we'll name this one yes. We'll name that one no. And if no, so that's the end of that process. If it's yes, we can put another condition on there. Capture information. Main form. All right. So what we quite simply have here is we receive the request, we confirm all of the details. If the details are correct, we go to yes, we capture the information on the system, and we can inform the accounts department. Fantastic. And then after that, we can even say end of process. Brilliant. So that is our little process, our BPMN process. So what every BPM process has It's a start event, a couple of tasks in the middle, a decision if needed, and the end event. Heflo supports full BPMN, but small teams don't need every single symbol. You have got a wide variety that you need to put in here, but you don't need to go into this type of detail. Every single extra gateway or event adds thinking for the person reading it. If someone needs training just to understand this diagram, then it's already too complex. This is where most teams unintentionally break the adoption of this BPMN. They try to capture every single exception. What the process should have is a clean flow, not an explosion of branches, and no edge case overload. Airflow diagrams should describe a normal path, not every possible failure. Edge cases belong in notes or documentation, but not in the main flow. When your diagrams get dense, people stop opening them. Now let's look at the readability. The best practices is to read from left to right. There should be even spacing in between the steps, with clear task names and as short as possible labels. A good Heflo diagram should be understandable in about 10 seconds. If someone has to squint, scroll, or zoom constantly, then it's not readable. Readable beats precise every time for small teams. This is why simplicity matters. There's less resistance, fast understanding, easy onboarding, and higher trust in the system. People don't resist the process, they resist friction. Airflow adoption improves when diagrams feel like clarity, not control. For context, this is how we do this in LemPlates, which is the tool we use ourselves. While Heflo is excellent for BPMN clarity, LemPlates approaches this from a slightly different angle. There's less formal notation, it's a more execution-based focus, there's an emphasis on what happens next. Steps are clearly laid out, you can assign a responsible person, and you can assign a note to a step as well. There's also a feature where you can add documents or additional information, but simpler is better. Instead of asking people to interpret diagrams, LemPlates actually focuses on turning processes into usable structures. Both tools value simplicity, they just apply it differently. So if you're a small team using Heflo, start simple. Use one process with minimal BPMN and actual readable flows. That's what gets used. Once adoption is strong, complexity can grow naturally. If you want to see this approach in full, LemPlates is linked below.